Hello everyone, this is Spencer from Crimson Ledger Comics, and today I'm going to be reviewing Shadows of Tomorrow Rogue, or believe it's just Rogue 2026. Overall, um, I'd say this is a pretty solid start to a miniseries that's fairly standard in terms of actual superhero content. Oh, we're going to introduce the character, some of her powers, characters she's associated with, um, kind of her personality and gambits, which I will say I like how Rogue and Gambit are both written here, and along with reminding people that Rogue was part of the Brotherhood of Evil, evil mutants. Um, we have some new characters here, or new-ish characters. I don't know. I don't read a lot of X-Men anymore after the whole Krakoa era. It's not really my cup of tea, but I'd say pretty decent. They seem interesting, at least. Um, we do see Rogue has been having some flashbacks to her Brotherhood days, so that's we're dealing with a new revelation from her time as a villain. Uh, I hadn't known this, but Rogue is able to control her powers a bit now, so that she can touch people without her gloves. Um, and she has their personalities stored in her powers, but Xavier purged them. Um, I'll say if that's the case, and she is still experiencing a personality from one of the Brotherhood, that's pretty screwed up, Xavier. Why didn't you just, wipe out all the personalities? Why did you leave one? I do want to note some of the art here. It seems like pretty standard, typical Marvel artwork. Just some of it seems kind of sparse on details. You have some solid action, but outside of a few things, it doesn't really seem as though there's a lot of actual thought put into layouts. Just kind of by the books, is what I'm trying to say. Um, we have a pretty nice scene between Rogue and Gambit of them talking some issues out. Her having a nightmare. Pretty much the story of this book is Rogue is fighting in a group of her fellow X-Men, just this giant generic monster thing, random kaiju. And she starts having flashbacks to her Brotherhood days, um, and it becomes such an issue that she's having nightmares. So she seeks out Mystique and Destiny, just to try and figure out what went on. I would say this is definitely a decent start. I'm very much interested as to what is actually going on here. We have Rogue um, comforting this character Hatoro, I believe his name was. And yeah, that's pretty much the story here. Like I said, the art isn't my absolute favorite. It is good. It's not exceptional. It's just good. Um, in the story, I quite like how Rogue and Gambit are written as characters. They feel very much like their characters, which is something I'd say Marvel has struggled with over the last few years that I have actually read, which again isn't much. So take my opinion with a grain of salt. I don't have too much more to say about this book. It, I'd just say it's pretty standard, um, a standard in continuity miniseries. I'm trying to think about whether or not I wanted to talk about any other comics at all. Um, no, I haven't really read through. I have been reading through this Infinite Frontier Wonder Girl again, or I'd started to. Um, I really wish DC had actually decided to develop this a bit more and hadn't just forgotten Yara Flor as a character in her entirety. It seems like there was a lot that they could have done with Brazil in introducing a new pantheon, but well, DC decided that they weren't going to do that and they were going to introduce Trinity instead. Um, there's this issue, which A Drink with the Devil, or The Devil You Say. Um, I was reading this one after uh, your boy Zach, or Diversity in Comics. He re-uploaded his yearly issue talking about, or sorry, his yearly video talking about this issue, and I decided I wanted to finally give it a read. I'm trying to think of anything else I've been reading. Yeah, I've been making my way through Ultimate Spider-Man. There's just something about the Ultimate Universe that doesn't quite jive for me the same way that the Absolute Universe did for DC. I don't know if that's because I'm more partial to seeing alternate versions of DC characters than I am Marvel. Um, I do like this. This is very solid. And I did like Ultimate X-Men, what I did read of the first, I believe, 6 to 7 issues, which I'll definitely be reviewing them at some point. And then I was gonna go back and reread Dark Knight 3 Master Race just to see if I still liked it. When it came out around 2016, 2015, 2016, that's when I was still fairly new in comics. I won't say the most new because I did get into comics with the New 52 as a kid, a small kid. So this was a few years into it, but I mean, in 2011 I was 9 or so. There was definitely some maturing, and I kind of just liked everything The Dark Knight Returns at that point. I do like the art. Who was this? This Kubert? Adam Kubert, or was it Andy? Let's see. Pencils by Andy Kubert. Okay. Yeah, I feel as though that Kubert's art style fits this universe more than Frank Miller's art style did, which is funny considering this whole art style was Miller's idea. I will say, this doesn't work for me. I do like the double page spread of the city. It's constructed quite nicely, even though some of it doesn't really make sense. If you're thinking just from a city center thing, they're just kind of buildings stuck together. Um, but I'm really tired of talking heads in comics like this. It just does not work for me in that same way that it used to for a lot of people. It's too much visually. It bogs down the page. You could get all of this information out of maybe one or two of them. I get you're wanting to show contradictory or contrary opinions. No, stop. Stop doing this. But yeah, kind of a smorgasbord today. Not really anything too, how should I say it? Not anything too, um, coherent. I will say I've been reading through uh, Die as well by Kieran Gillen. This one's been pretty good. I didn't really expect it to be that good. Um, it definitely appeals more to me than I had originally thought that it would, where they're just kind of like including different fantasy elements into this world because that's what this one character, Saul the Grandmaster, had made it into. Well, he had, but we're gonna learn later on that it wasn't just him. All right. Well, pretty much talked about everything that I was going to. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe. I make new videos every 7 to 10 days or so. They're usually content like this, just reviewing issues that come out. Um, I want to be able to get in the habit of doing one every Wednesday, so we'll see. But thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day.